Alright. Welcome back, you inglorious bastards and magnificent meteors.
It has begun!
It has begun. We are enjoying our captain's log, our alien adventure. We gotta look at the time here because I do have other things to do, but we are back. It is, as always, I am Dakota. We're just gaming. And we're back for more Captain's Log. Let's go. So here we are. We're just going to get right into the flow of things. We're going to read the recap of what happened. So we got Scene 1, Asserting Command. Alright, Chief, Naomi called out to Thalos as he desperately worked at the engineering console to get the trace back up. Change of plans, you and Trog stay here and find the source of the power drain. I want to know if it's related to our saboteur. She didn't want to waste any more time, so she headed out to the main engineering and through the corridors to the nearest turbolift. The Admiral followed her as she went. Naomi was curious what the Admiral thought about her performance so far. Naomi, the Admiral, began as the turbolift door slid closed behind him. This is too much for your first day in command. I am taking charge here. This is not a reflection of you, but this is highly unusual and I've been experienced to call upon. The Admiral's words stung her ears. Naomi couldn't help feeling like her abilities were being found lacking by the woman she admired so much. She was not going to let the Admiral push her aside. She was the captain here, and the Admiral was just a high-ranking passenger. With all due respect, Admiral responded to the woman with a knot in her throat. I am the captain here. Per Starfleet regulations, unless you are unsatisfied with my performance and officially relieve me of my command, I am in charge here, and you will follow my lead. And then there's the task roll that we did that was successful. The Admiral looked confused for a split second before her expression turned into an impressed smile. The woman obviously respected Naomi for standing her ground. Janeway's demeanor relaxed and she put her hands on Naomi's shoulders. Alright, Captain, Janeway replied. We will do this your way. Just as Naomi begun feeling like she won a small victory, the turbolift suddenly halted. They were stuck in the lift shaft. The lift's shaft, they were stuck. The lift was stuck in the shaft. The lift was stuck in the shaft. The power drain must be getting worse. Battle bridge, Naomi called out to the lift. Unable to comply, the Dakota's computer answered, there is insufficient power to operate turbolift controls. So every day is an adventure with Starfleet. You know, every damn day is an adventure with Starfleet. So Scene 2, powered down the field. What now, Janeway asked as she paced back and forth in the turbolift. We get out of here, Naomi responded as she scanned the ceiling of the lift. There should be an access port here we can use to access the Jeffries tubes. That's right, the Admiral responded as she began scanning the ceiling as well. Over here, Naomi, I found it. Let me hoist you up. Naomi didn't hesitate 1 second before she I can't even speak English. Made her way over to the Admiral and stepped up into her cupped hands. She was hoisted with ease as she was small in stature and didn't weigh much. She easily reached the access panel, moving it to the side before climbing onto the roof of the turbo lift. This way, Naomi called out to the Admiral as she started down an access ladder. There should be 2 T's there on the side of the lift shaft. I studied the schematics of the ship after you gave me the pad. There should be. I can't speak at all. Should be. I can't even do it when I'm doing it and I'm intending to do it. There should be an access hatch 2 decks down. She began to climb down 2 decks to access the port below. The Admiral followed above. They easily made their way down to the entrance and into the access tube. However, as they approached the bulkhead to access the deck that contains the battle bridge, they were stopped by an emergency force field. Someone's watching us, the Admiral called out. We should bypass the security console using the access panel there on the wall. Namio didn't waste any time prying open the panel to reveal the circuitry beneath it, digging around into the circuitry, attempting to bypass the security field and deactivate it. The Admiral followed suit and helped with her work. And then they did the roll, which was a success, at least for Naomi. It didn't take them long to learn there was an emergency battery placed in the circuitry of this tube, and probably others to prevent access to this section of the ship, despite the power drain across Dakota's systems. They exited the Jeffries tubes through the access bulkhead and was created by the council. Greeted by the council, who were standing there with two Type 2 phasers. Naomi could tell she didn't like handling them. Here, Shrann said, handing Naomi one of the rifles. Don't I get a weapon? Janeway asked, as the counselor clearly has only 2 weapons. Don't worry, Admiral, Shrann added, handing her the second phaser. This one's for you. I'm a pacifist. Almost all Enar are. I refuse to use a weapon under any circumstances. I believe you shouldn't either, but Commander Exio said in Starfleet regulation. Oh, damn. Ugh. She gets the religious pass, but nobody else. And here we are headed to the battle bridge. We are headed to the battle bridge. We have 2 threat, 3 momentum. We have 2 threat, 3 momentum. We are on the battle bridge. So, what do we see in this corridor? So we're going to say it's highly improbable that there are other crew members here, because they loved her speech at Starfleet. Mutiny is rare and stuff, and this is, well, some of this is, well, there is a saboteur on board, or a mutineer, or a commandeer, or however you want to grant it, and we got to see if he has any more people here. Does this guy have more people on the deck, or is it just, and no, it's just him. But it is highly probable that he set up the security fields. Is this deck other people on this deck? Because we're lacking staff. We're on our way to pick up the rest of our crew and such. So let's just say other people on this deck. I can't even roll 1. Yes, there are people on this deck. All right. Are any of these people on the deck with the mutinous crew member? Yes. Is there anyone that's not with the mutinous commandeer that might actually present themselves when they see the captain? No. All right. We got some things going on here. We got some things going on here. Let's get our notes going so we're tracking this. None. Single. Okay. Notes. Boom. 1. Boom. As they head towards the battle bridge, they notice it is eerily empty, considering considering the crew complement of Dakota. All So you know what? I've made some things. I'm going to have to adjust what I was going to do with these characters, right? But I did make some characters. So we got the counselor, we got the captain, we got Janeway. There are 3 other people on this deck. And I was going to have them be in the battle bridge, and I was going to do some things. But the dice rolls have spoken, so let's set this up. Where are you? So that's the bridge for side characters. Properties. We're gonna go here, we're gonna go there. And we're gonna go here. Boom. And we're going to say they're immediately greeted by Commander Keaton. So that's where we're at. They come around the corner and greeted by Commander Keaton. And he's gonna be like, excellent, excellent, you helped, whatnot, and we're here to do our thing and blah 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 blah, right? We'll get the writing in there. So he's trying to BS his way. He's trying to say that he's there to help take it down or whatever, and because he is the mutineer, and we're at the point where we're gonna figure that out anyway. So, well, at least you are. I may be getting ahead of myself here, but we're gonna give the counselor a chance to tell he's lying. Counselor senses for lies. We want to give the counselor a chance to do that. So we're going to back up here completely. So instead of just assuming that this guy is the guy that's involved, right? We're going to let the counselor decide. And then when, let's say it's, we'll say it's 50-50, or he's down here. It's probably probable, if not highly probable, that he is. We'll say it's probable. We'll give him a chance, right? So it's, we'll even go better. It's somewhat probable that he is with them. Is he with the people trying to mutiny and commandeer the ship? Yes, okay, so he is. situation. It's sad that, you know, I didn't really want to do that, because that's not really the Starfleet thing, but it's the way the dice have rolled, so, I mean, it is what it is. So we're going to go to Shrann, and we're going to look at her stats here, because she's going to make a roll. And we may or may not know that this guy's involved based off this roll. We might go forward knowing really good, and we might, you know, mess up horribly, but, you know, that's the luck of the draw sometimes. It is how we roll here. So, man, how is this for? Dakota Personnel Files, Bridge Crew, CounselorShrann. So this is an Insight, which is an 11. Insight 11. Science. I don't know why are you switching pictures? I was trying to look at just the counselor's pictures, and her science is 3. Is 3. She's going to use that beautiful brain of hers, the beautiful skill of hers, and we're going to say the difficulty is 2. He's an average human. It's not we in the Star Trek universe, we are resilient, but we don't really have much in the way of defenses for that sort of thing. So we have 3 momentum here. I'm going to take 2 of it, and we're going to add a couple of dice here. We got to give the counselor, this is technically episode 1 with mission 3, with the 3 missions introducing the entire bridge crew of the Dakota, right? We got to give the counselor her time to shine. We have to give the counselor her time to shine. So we're going to roll these 4 dice, and she's probably going to know this guy is bad, but maybe not. So what do we got here? We got a 4, which is a success, a 1, which is a critical success, an 18, which is a critical failure. No, it's just an average, so it's not a 19, and that's a failure. So we got 1 success, 2 successes. And the counselor, I don't think there's any of her focuses applied to fucking reading people's minds, right? Empathy, maybe. So yeah, so she gets an automatic success. So that's 4 successes. So that gives us the 2 momentum back. And makes the task a success. But I'm going to spend, I just thought about it for a second, that's why I froze there for a second, but I'm just going to spend this 2 threat, and Keaton is going to leap into the battle bridge and seal the door. That's only really 1 threat. So let's get to it. Let's get our notes going so we don't miss a beat. We do not want to skip a single beat. Shrann warns the captain that think that's where we at for that. I think that's where we're going for that. So now we gotta access the bridge. So we're gonna go into command mode. But we're gonna give the chief, it's been time, they've been working with, it's, I would say 50-50 whether or not they've figured out the source of the power drain yet. Let's see if the chief interjects. Does the chief figure out the source of the power drain? No. Not yet, no. Alright. Alright. The dice have spoken. The dice have spoken. The chief and Trog, they have not done their job anymore. So with that being said, Naomi wants this goddamn door open. And she's gonna lead by example. So we're gonna go over here and storming the bridge, right? So this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. So we're at 1 and 3, right? Yeah. 1 and 3. So we're going to discuss with our officers here. Does 50-50, does Janeway have an idea that might help? No, Janeway spitballs some ideas, but she doesn't have any specific ideas. Does Shrann have any ideas that may help? No, 50-50. There's nobody else we haven't really heard of. So we're gonna have to come in. We're gonna ask who has the best. We're looking at Shrann now. So Shrann has a level 2 engineering. And Janeway has a level 2 engineering. Only one of them can assist. Now, the Admiral hasn't done much. So, we're going to get some notes going here. Naomi holds a small conference with the Counselor and the Admiral to discuss how to gain access to the bridge. Ultimately, Naomi has a light bulb moment. And we're going to say 1 through 10 is the Admiral. 11 through 20, it's the Counselor. We'll see who she asks for help. 16, it's the Counselor at the moment. And asks the Counselor for her assistance and overriding the hatch controls. Alright, so we got override the hatch controls Let's get some more engineering skills in here because that is exactly what it is. We're gonna have that threat boost up our security there. I'm gonna do some things. So overriding the controls is definitely engineering and reason. For Captain and Shrann. Where is my damn folder? Why am I all discombobulated always? One of these days I am not going to be discombobulated, right? So, bridge crew, Captain Wyoming. Her engineering is 3 and her reason is 10. Engineering 3, reason 10. Engineering 3, reason 10. Target 13. Wait, let's double check. Estimation. Yes. And that is assisted by CounselorShrann, which same thing. Engineering. 2 plus reason, which is an 11. The target again 13, and then we roll. Alright, so this is a difficulty 3. We're actually gonna, yeah, this is a difficulty 3. Just get into it because we're reaching the end here. I was thinking just to see if there's anything else we could do. So as always, the clear dice, that's gonna be Shrann, her dice, and this is a difficulty 3. We're gonna spend 2 momentum. I'm gonna grab 2 extra dice. Just to make sure that we succeed. So 2, 1, 2. We got 2 extra dice. And we gotta bypass the sheet security. Oh, did I put the wrong one? That's not a fucking D20. What am I smoking? That's not a D20. Alright, so we got a fucking failure. A fucking failure. A success. A failure. And a failure. Oh, failure. 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 We have failed. And the consequences of that will be an additional 2 threat that I'm gonna actually spend immediately. Someone on the other side with considerable skill prevents them Accessing the hatch. Security barrier is additionally, sounds of fighting can be heard from inside the battle bridge. I think that's it. I think that's a good thing. It's not quite what I was thinking when I started doing my plans, but that's how these things go with the dice rolls. But I think that'll work nicely for where we're going. But as always, I'm Doc Camo. We're just gaming. And as always, we'll see you in the next one where we continue to boldly go in these captain's log. And I'm loving them. Peace.